I got a topic for us.
Let's have
if
fun.
You want to get into
Change it up.
non-local stuff here?
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Worldwide.
obviously, big topic right now is conference realignment, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And this is kind of along the lines of that, but with conference realignment comes talk of TV deals. So we're getting into a business deeper aspect of this. So Apple was trying to buy rights to the Pac-12 before the other teams left and went wherever they went.
Right.
Florida State and a couple other teams are trying to get out of this ESPN deal so they can go wherever they want to go and leave the ACC. So I've heard different ideas of what could happen for the other because right now it's two big conferences, right? The Big Ten, the SEC.
Yeah,
It's 34 teams between the two of them.
Yeah.
So
You got 4 major conferences right now. Pac-12 is still technically a Power 5 conference. It's like
it's
legislative.
gonna have 4 teams.
It's still technically.
I know. Well, yeah, but I mean, from quality of
No,
play
I get what
wise,
you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like, and especially if like Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina, and somebody else leave the ACC,
Mm-hmm.
that leaves like Miami as the best team in the ACC, and it's not great, right?
No offense, buddy.
No, I'll be the first to tell you. Like, what? Anyway, my question is, they're talking about all these different ways that, let's say Florida State and them leave, and you got these leftover teams in the ACC. They're talking about SMU possibly leaving
Mm-hmm.
the AAC. So hypothetically, the AAC with Tulane still in it joins another conference that's falling apart in the ACC.
Yeah.
The option, Apple buys them.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can watch their games is if Apple puts it on Apple TV,
Mm-hmm.
just like they did MLS, and you have to pay $10 a month to watch all of these games.
Yeah.
Are you? Because this is the future of watching sports.
Yeah.
Is that something you're willing to do if it comes to that point? Like, are you willing to spend the money every month to watch?
Well, I could tell you right now. I know that you didn't watch Tulane every week last week, just based on this question. Unless you're just hypothetically asking this question and like you already have an answer in mind. So Tulane this last season was the same way. You had to pay for ESPN Plus.
Well, I already paid for ESPN Plus.
Yeah, but you had.
I'm not even thinking about it. I guess.
Yeah. So that was the only way you could watch Tulane this last season every week. I mean, they were on national TV sometimes. They had some other stuff going on sometimes, but
that's different because ESPN Plus is getting you. Yes, you get Tulane, but you're getting college football.
yeah. But I only watch Tulane.
Okay, but the other options are there. Plus,
Yeah.
there's other show like there's they do their documentaries.
Sure.
The 30 for 30s are on there, whatever, right? This is a little different because you can get Apple TV
Mhm.
and you don't get MLS
Right.
season pass.
Yeah.
This would be you're paying $10 a month for Apple TV, and then also paying another $10 a month just for AAC, ACC football.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it, but like I wouldn't like it.
I would do it for that, but then it's like, okay, so then they want to charge. What if somebody else is like, okay, well, if you want to watch the SEC, now you got to pay another $10, $15 a month over here.
I think it's
Like,
just,
what do you? I guess the question is, how do you feel about where this is headed? Because you can see where it's headed.
It's already been there though. It's there with professional sports too. I mean, you had the whole thing with the Pelicans last season where you couldn't watch the Pelicans unless you paid for Bally Sports or you had to have like Cox or something like that, like a local, like 1 or 2 local cable companies, and it was a ridiculous amount of money. Like, we'll see, but there's already a precedent set, and it's definitely headed that direction, and it just kind of is what it is. Like, you either do it or you don't.
Yeah, I guess the question is, like, is there a number, like a line that it can get to where you're like, I'm just not gonna do this? Because for me with the Pels,
Mm-hmm.
like, so we use my father-in-law's DirecTV, which has Bally,
Right.
so I didn't have to do that. I can tell you right now, I wasn't paying $20 a month to watch the Pels.
I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I also used my family's login for
Yeah.
something. I was like, I ain't paying.
Like, I'd have went find a stream, but if that wasn't an option, I wouldn't have been watching the Pels. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not spending $20 a month to watch the
It
Pelicans.
was just ridiculous the amount of money you had to spend just to watch the Pelicans. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get
And
it.
it's not even like it feels bad because like I'd pay $20 a month to watch the Saints. Like I would just do it. I don't like I don't know if it's just because I like football more. Like I don't know what I'm doing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting less games. Like that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna pay $20 a month. I don't think to. Maybe you will. I don't know. I guess you.
It depends. It all comes down to who's giving the biggest money to that league. You know what I mean? Like that league. From what you've seen so far, these leagues don't care about how the people watch the games.
Yeah.
They just want the money from the TV deal.
Yeah.
They don't care if it's going to lock out some of their fan base or anything like that. You saw with the Pelicans. You saw with a bunch of people who were on Bally. I mean, it is what it is. They got their money, and they let the fans just either pay or not pay.
Yeah, it's happening all over. Like, you're. I mean, I guess it's part of the whole Bally situation. Like now, like the Dodgers have their own thing where it's like
Because Bally went bankrupt.
yeah, so it's like the Dodgers have their own thing. Like you're paying the Dodgers to watch Dodgers games.
Yeah.
I think the Yankees are doing something similar where you're paying the Yankees to watch Yankees games. And I'm just wondering if it's going to get to that point where the Saints are like, hey, you pay us $10 a month, you get every Saints game. Which could be it could be good. Like if for me, I don't watch cable like at all. Like I only have cable like streaming, you know what I mean, to watch Fox so that I can watch the Saints. Like outside of that, I don't watch cable TV.
Yeah.
So like if they're like, "Hey, here's $10. Give me $10. You can watch the Saints every week." And then like I'm not paying $20 for Bally, but if they're like, "Hey, another $5-10, you get the Pels for a season every month." Like, okay. Like this is a kind of a different topic, but not really. I just want there to be I want this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel. They're each $4 a piece. You know what I mean? This is what I want. I'll pay $5 a channel, whatever. If I only watch 10 channels, I'm paying $50 a month. Like, but I get the 10 channels that I'm gonna watch and use.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't. It's just
go ahead.
I don't know if it would ever work like that because there's like all these so a lot of these channels are owned by other companies and those companies will own like multiple channels or whatever and they share revenue. So they're not going to like lock you out. They're going to make you pay in a bundle to get like all these different things. It's just how it works, which is stupid, but like
it's going to be where I don't know what happens with the SEC and the Big Ten. Like that's a whole different thing, but Apple
what is SEC on right now? Like Fox or NBC or something like that? That honestly, those are still the major players. Like if you look at these things, like cable TV, or is that not? I don't know what's considered cable, not cable, but they're still the major players. I mean, you got Fox, CBS, ABC, and NBC, which are still giving big deals to these leagues.
Yeah, but you're gonna get at some point these like the tech companies, the three big tech companies, Apple, Google, Amazon, are just gonna buy everything up.
Well, they're starting to. I mean, Amazon's buying in.
Apple bought soccer.
Apple.
Like
soccer was not hard to buy. MLS was not hard to buy. Let's be real.
Yeah, but like they might be in a better position now than any of them. Just getting messy because like the numbers have gone through the roof
for sure. But I mean, like
they bought that knowing what was coming.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if Messi changed it that much. You got one go.
Oh, it's like double or tripled since he's been there.
Yeah, but, so I guess the way I'm looking at it is like double or triple one minus double or triple a million is like, you know.
Yeah.
It's still probably your sixth highest watched league.
But they bought soccer. They have baseball. They have Friday Night Baseball.
Okay.
On Apple. Amazon has
Thursday Night Football.
You
have something else? I don't know.
They also have their own like weekly football shows I learned about.
Okay.
But they're gonna Google, I'd imagine, is gonna get in this game at some point. I guess they are with YouTube TV. They bought Sunday Ticket.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I forget that YouTube is Google.
Yeah. So I mean, at some point, Apple's gonna there's talks of Apple buying ESPN. So
interesting.
At some point, it's just gonna be these three companies, and that's where we are.
Well, it's kind of already where we are.
Yeah.
They're just under different names, right? Like if you look at the major players today, like ABC, Disney, like it's all like
Right.
it's
Right.
all ESPN, like it was all the same company.
I
CNN, you got all these different companies under that branch. It was kind of the same thing. Fox is like all these different companies. Like